met Avivo through the North Loop Neighborhood Association when they came and presented their proposal to take an old abandoned warehouse on the corner of Washington Avenue and Plymouth and make it into a Avivo Village.
I think the fact that Avivo is able to step in along the journey and address housing instability, employment, puts them in a place where they're really looking at at individuals and families as a whole system, right? And they can walk alongside them through that whole journey.
We really try to support nonprofits to use volunteers effectively to serve their mission. We're really trying to draw connections and community. We want them to be able to make a tangible impact and to being able to walk away learning about challenges in our community and how they can make an ongoing difference.
Through housing, addiction treatment, mental health services, career training, and job placement, Avivo provides wraparound services to help the whole person.
I believe that Avivo is very unique. Avivo moves on barriers by welcoming everybody. And I believe that they look at everybody as an individual.
Every person who comes in here is different and has different needs and desires. And so it keeps everything really dynamic and really fun and challenging, but challenging in a good way.
Once we look at somebody as an individual, we get to learn who they are within and not what we see.
It's really fulfilling to see people go from sleeping outside to being in their own apartment. If you don't have your own place to stay, how can you get well?
Seeing those mile markers develop for people, like figuring out where the challenge is for people and then seeing them pass them year after year is incredible.
It's really, really amazing to see how people can change when they have access to emergency shelter that's a low barrier and they can have a secure and safe space to sleep. That's amazing to me.
We've seen, research and programs that demonstrate that it takes more than just treatment to help a lot of people move along their path towards recovery. And I think one of the things that Avivo offers is kind of those extra elements that make treatment more successful.
Working with organizations like Avivo really helps us bring our mission to life. And we hope that by working together, people are learning and seeing firsthand the impact that Avivo makes in the community and that it's creating long-term relationships.
Avivo is there to do the work, to help whoever needs it, no matter how challenging the case may be.
I love serving the community, I really do. It just makes me feel like I accomplished something.
Good evening and welcome. On behalf of Avivo, I just want to say how grateful we are to see all of you at our Night of Champions event. And taking off of what Christopher did, I want to see how many people are in the room who have received a past award from Avivo. Any former champions? Celebrated community leaders out there? Yes. Thank you. Once a champion for Avivo, always a champion. It's amazing and wonderful to see this room filled with friends, donors, new champions, former champions, supporters of our mission. Thank you all for being here. Whether it's your first time or you've been a long-term supporter, or you're an Avivo employee who worked hard all day and probably stayed at the office an hour and a half longer than you wanted to before you came to tonight's event, thank you for being here and celebrating with us. And tonight is a celebration. Avivo turned 65 years old this year. It's amazing. For 65 years, the community has come together on behalf of Avivo to support neighbors who are working hard to build stable housing, find recovery, pursue education, and find self-sustaining jobs and careers. It's been 65 years of living our values of a radical welcome, 65 years of absolute dignity to every human in our community, and 65 years of believing that when people are given the opportunity, the support, and the respect that they deserve, that extraordinary things can happen. And indeed, we see extraordinary things happen every day. And you'll hear from a former participant of Avivo's who's made several extraordinary things happen in her life. So tonight, in spite of all that's going on in our world, we are celebrating the progress of the past year. Because of the generosity of the people in this room and across Minnesota, Avivo we had quite an incredible year. We provided services for more than 12,000 individuals and families. Yeah. Thank you. Individuals who are struggling with complex issues. 1,700 people entered careers. Yes, amazing. 2,900 people accessed our substance use and mental health treatment and recovery. 1,200 families moved permanently off of public assistance and into work. Thank you, thank you. You're making it easier for me already. And over 1,600 people received services to find and keep housing, moving them out of homelessness. Thank you. And we served 12,000 individuals and families this year despite an environment that's been tough. Federal funding has been slow, it's been uncertain, and it's been at risk, and it is at risk. But Avivo has never waited for conditions to be perfect for us to step forward and take action and make a difference in our communities. We step forward because people need us. And the past year has reminded us just how important our commitment to community is. At Avivo, we stand firmly with our immigrant neighbors, with all of our neighbors that are struggling. Families, thank you, thank you. Families who are afraid to leave their homes, families who are seeking safety, dignity, and belonging, and a better life for themselves. Our mission has never been political, and it never will be, but our mission is deeply human. When people are hurting, when families are frightened, when neighbors feel unseen, our responsibility, based on a 65-year-old mission, is to show up with compassion, with stability, and solutions, action-based solutions. That is what we've done for 65 years, and that is what we will continue to do. The winter reminded us, this past winter, and it seems like we might have a little more winter in the next couple of days, but this winter reminded us of that as well. And it looks like it may remind us again. But during the brutal cold of January, I'm not sure if you remember just how brutally cold it got in January. Temperatures dropped to life-threatening lows. The Avivo team moved quickly. And when I say quickly, I don't mean days. I mean a couple of hours. Our team moved to expand capacity at Avivo Village in the North Loop by 30 people. They moved people into our lobby to get them out of the cold. Our team, in a couple of hours, they went outside, they met people outside, and they brought them inside in a couple of hours. Thank you. And that is because of the support of people like you in this room. We got additional funding to move people inside. 30 people who otherwise may not have made it, quite honestly. Our neighbors who are sleeping outside don't always make it through cold nights. Additionally, 3 of those individuals who moved inside got a unit at Avivo Village. And our team, our amazing team, helped 4 people who were sleeping outside move directly into permanent housing. That is the impact of a community that refuses to look away. That is the power of all of you. Later this year, we will open Avivo Village in St. Cloud. Yeah. It's a new 48-unit emergency shelter based on the model that has been so successful in the North Loop neighborhood. Will you watch a quick video with me? Learn a little bit more about Avivo Village in St. Cloud?
In Minneapolis, there's a facility that's helped hundreds of people find permanent housing after living on the streets. Now, Avivo Village is building a similar space in St. Cloud. Our Gordon Severson was at today's groundbreaking ceremony and joins us with more. Gordy?
This new facility in St. Cloud will be about half the size of the Avivo Village in Minneapolis with 48 units. Leaders say it will be more than just a shelter. It will be a service center where they can address the core issues of homelessness, including drug addiction and mental health.
Thank you for joining us.
You may think that homelessness is just a big city problem. That's not the case in St. Cloud, where city leaders believe it's a big enough problem in their community to warrant a new 48-unit complex.
We know that there are over 300 people sleeping outside in this community, and that's not acceptable to any of us.
Avivo CEO Kelly Matter says the concept is modeled after their Avivo Village in Minneapolis. They want to bring that big city idea to central Minnesota.
We've been operational since December of 2020 in the metro, and initially the average length of stay was around 90 to 100 days before people were able to move to permanent housing.
You know, this is one of those important moments, I think, in our community as we begin to address and continue to address, rather, the issues that we have in our society around homelessness, addiction, and mental health.
It's an honor for us to be here today as Avivo begins this very important work. On behalf of St. Cloud Financial Credit Union, I want to say how proud we are to stand alongside them as neighbors and partners.
We're really excited, honored here at BCI Construction to deliver this project. It really is going to be amazing. Having walked through the halls of Avivo in Minneapolis, it really is inspiring seeing what they're doing, making a difference.
As you can see, we're starting to make some really good friends in St. Cloud. We couldn't be more excited to open this emergency shelter that will provide safety and connection to services for individuals experiencing unsheltered homelessness in central Minnesota. We're also celebrating something deeply meaningful in our recovery services. For years, Avivo has offered substance use treatment with housing for mothers and their children, a model that recognizes the powerful bond between parent and child and the importance of healing together. Just this year, at the start of 2026, we launched a first-of-its-kind Fathers in Recovery programming, allowing dads to bring their children up to age 17 with them during treatment. Thank you. I don't see our recovery team, but it's been at least a decade-long dream to provide a similar service for dads. So think about what that means. It means dads do not have to choose between getting well and staying connected to their children. It means families can heal together, all families can heal together, and it means cycles of trauma can finally break. Too often, the work that we do, people in crisis get reduced to a single need: homeless, addict, unemployed, when the reality is that every person who comes to us is a whole person with interconnected challenges and unrealized potential. At Avivo, we see the full picture. We serve the whole person. Our team surrounds people with integrated, caring support. We provide housing. We provide recovery and treatment. We provide career education and training. And we provide employment. So progress doesn't stop at short-term relief, but continues to real stability and lasting independence. That is the kind of innovation that happens when people refuse to accept the idea that things have to stay the way they are. And tonight, as we celebrate all of these milestones, we also celebrate the people who make them possible. Our staff, who are amazing and show up every single day with compassion and determination to make a difference. Our volunteers, who you'll learn more about, one special volunteer who give their hearts and their time and their talent, our corporate partners and sponsors who step forward for us again and again, and our donors, whose generosity not only allows us to move 30 people inside in a few short hours, but it allows us to innovate and to respond when the community needs us most. And our participants, the people that we serve, the thousands of Minnesotans each year who really remind us what courage and resilience look like. They are the reason Avivo exists. They are the reason we have endured for 65 years. And they are the reason we are absolutely optimistic about the future. And that is the spirit we celebrate tonight. So thank you all so much for believing in Avivo's mission. Thank you for standing with Avivo. Thank you for helping us ensure that the next 65 years are as bright and as meaningful as our first 65 years, where every single human has the opportunity for housing, healing, and hope. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Keep bidding on those beautiful bikes and anything else that catches your eye. Enjoy your meal, and you'll see me and Christopher back.
At Avivo, we know that lasting change is never achieved alone. It is built through partnership, through people and organizations willing to stand beside us, not just in moments of celebration, but in moments of uncertainty and in moments of need. Park State Bank is one of those partners. From the very beginning of our relationship, Park State stepped forward with confidence in our mission and in the people we serve. Through a Member Impact Fund grant in partnership with the Federal Home Loan Bank of Des Moines, they have invested directly in affordable housing and in community development, helping create the stability and opportunity that every person deserves. But their support did not stop there. When delayed government payments created financial uncertainty, Park State Bank stood with Avivo. They provided the guidance, the flexibility, and the trust needed to ensure that our work continued uninterrupted, so that every person relying on Avivo could continue to receive care, shelter, and opportunity. And through every conversation, every interaction, and every moment, their team has demonstrated extraordinary professionalism, responsiveness, and genuine care. When Avivo needed a new banking partner, Park State didn't just meet the moment, they embraced it. They have proven time and again that they are more than a bank. They are a partner, a champion, and a force for good in our community. Tonight, we are proud to recognize their leadership, their partnership, and their unwavering commitment to building a stronger future for all. Please join me in welcoming to the stage the recipient of the Avivo Champion Award, Park State Bank.
Woo! Every not-for-profit needs a good bank, but indeed we have a true partner in Park State Bank. Please welcome Andy Gatchell and his team to the stage.
Thank you. Who wants to hold it? You guys want this? Yes. We're going to say a few words. Thank you very much. I'm Andy Gatchell from Park State Bank. This is Tim Justin, our Chief Banking Officer. Rachel Johnson, who heads up our Treasury Management Department. And more than anything, I just want to say thank you to Kelly, to Kushbu, and the entire organization. When we had the opportunity to bank Avivo, it was actually a very easy decision. In banking, we have a saying that integrity lowers the cost of capital. When you're facing a tough time, integrity gets you capital. And the good old federal government was giving Avivo a bit of a tough time last year. But when we met Kelly and Kushbu and got to know the team, you develop a pretty good instinct as a banker as to who you want to be in bed with for a long time. And without sounding absolutely cheeky and inappropriate, we wanted to be in bed with this team. We knew this was a good investment for us. And it's rare in our business that we get to do good business by doing good. And to support Avivo's mission in our community is everything that a community bank stands for. And it has been the privilege not only of myself as your banker, but I think I can speak for our entire bank that Avivo has been a wonderful, wonderful partner for us. We're honored to be your bank. That you would give us an award for deciding to invest in you and your mission is just gravy. Everything has been wonderful. We're very, very excited. We are immensely grateful, and we are proud to be able to invest in and continue to support this amazing mission in our community. So thank you.
We know that stories have power. The power to restore dignity, to build connection, and to remind us of our shared humanity. At Avivo, that power has been unlocked repeatedly by someone willing to stand behind a camera and see people as they truly are. Tonight we celebrate that storyteller and Avivo champion, Tim Clark. 10 years ago, Tim answered a simple online request for a volunteer photographer. What began as a single act of service has become a decade of dedication, a commitment to capturing the heart of Avivo through the individuals and families we serve. Since that first day, Tim has donated countless hours to help people tell their story. He has shown up consistently, faithfully, and with a deep sense of purpose, stepping away only when his wife Sue needed his care. Through his lens, Tim embodies our values of absolute dignity and radical welcome. Whether he's taking family portraits or creating professional headshots for someone starting or building their career, he makes every person feel seen, respected, and worthy of being celebrated. He often says his goal is simple: to help Avivo tell the best story possible and to help the world understand the work we do. But what he may not realize is that he has become part of that story, a quiet, steady force helping others step into the next chapter with confidence. Tonight, we honor his talent, his generosity, and his unwavering belief in the people we serve. Please welcome Tim Clark.
We're just going to take that off right now.
Now, I haven't teared up yet this night, and that's a first. But Tim, watching your video, I teared up.
Mm-hmm.
Please join me in congratulating one of the very best humans there is.
It's an honor to be honored, but the honor is mine. Because this organization has given me the honor of looking through the lens of my camera for all these years and seeing the folks that are in the programs at Avivo, these incredibly strong, brave folks that are making something of themselves, finding a better purpose in life, to see corporate leaders helping paint, to seeing corporate volunteer teams fixing damage, to see the amazing magic that goes on at Avivo Artworks. Wow. And to be able to tell the stories and be part of the stories of the remarkable work that this organization has done. My job is the best job in the world. I get to make the invisible visible. And I'm truly blessed with that opportunity. And I thank you for allowing me to do that.
Thank you.
Because I'm just the old guy with a camera.
Every day in our community, there are people working quietly, but powerfully, to open doors for others. People who see possibility where others might see barriers. People who don't simply believe in opportunity, they help create it. Joy Nguyen is one of those people. As Director of Community Engagement and Outreach at Marsden Services, Joy has made it her mission to connect purpose with action. Joy shows up again and again because she believes deeply in the power of investing in people. At Avivo, Joy has become a trusted partner, a mentor, and a champion for those building new futures. She has stepped into classrooms at the Avivo Institute to share her own journey with honesty and humility, helping students see themselves not simply as job seekers, but as professionals with talent, value, and a future to build. She works side by side with participants as they prepare for interviews, refine their skills, and build the confidence needed to step into meaningful careers. Through Joy's leadership, Marsden Services has become more than an employer. It's become a bridge between training and opportunity, between uncertainty and stability, between where someone is today and the life they are working toward tomorrow. Joy leads with compassion, she leads with integrity, and she leads by example, demonstrating that real change happens when we walk alongside people and invest in their potential. Tonight, we celebrate a true champion for community and opportunity. Please join us in honoring Avivo Champion and Award recipient, Joy Nguyen.
Woo! Can I just say, Joy is another just amazing human who's been involved with Avivo for years and years and just a humble servant for our community.
Good evening, everyone. What an incredible evening. I go to a lot of events, but this by far is the best. Yes. Kelly and Christopher, you guys are amazing. I am truly honored to stand here tonight among Avivo supporters, my Marsden family, sitting at the table as well as on stage. My husband is here as well, and so many friends and partners who care so much about this community. This recognition means a great deal to me especially because it comes from the Avivo team. Your kindness, your trust, and your belief in our partnership means more than I can put into words. The work you do every day inspires me. You remind us all that opportunity can change lives. You show what it looks like to meet people where they are, to believe in their potential, and to walk alongside them as they build a path forward. At Marsden, our purpose is to make workplaces clean, safe, and healthier. But we also believe greatly in caring for our communities where we live, where we work, and where we raise our families. Our partnership with Avivo shows what is possible when businesses and nonprofits come together. Together, we can open doors that otherwise might remain closed. To the Avivo team, thank you for the trust you put in me and in Marsden. It is truly a privilege to support your mission and to learn from your work. And to everyone here tonight who's working to make opportunity, stability, and dignity for all. Thank you for the difference that you make every single day. I am grateful for this award and the recognition. Thank you. I look forward to continuing this journey with all of you.
I grew up on the reservation up north. Growing up there, it's like nothing but drugs all around you. I promised my kids, I said, I promise that we're gonna move away from here and, we'll all be together.
I suffer with schizoaffective disorder as well as major depression. And I was diagnosed just before graduating college. It was really bad. Didn't really get the help I needed after that. I just went to work.
I do have a girlfriend and I have a kid on the way. I was a PCA, personal care assistant, and I didn't really know what exactly I wanted to do. I knew I wanted to do something with my hands. I have family members in the plumbing and HVAC trade industry.
I was homeless. I was on the streets and I was in the encampment. I was scared on the street. It was hard being on the street, that humbled me, really humbled me, because I was used to having my own stuff, used to having, I was never homeless. And then it was winter time too.
It got real bad within about 2 years. And I ended up back in the hospital a number of times and eventually lost my job. My doctor set me up for this day program. One of the staff people noticed my artwork and I did a drawing for them, like this beautiful hibiscus flower. And they recommended that I sign up for artworks.
My mom is very supportive. She sent me the link and I signed up from there. Working with DeVry is really easy, I'll say. She helped me a lot in the class, and I want to give her a big amount of credit for helping me finish the class.
And I heard, is anybody from Red Lake in the, whatever? And I was like, I am. And it was Avivo outreach people. And they were so kind and just so caring. They got me into Kimball Court. That's where I ended up residing, and they got me in there quick.
Not only could I do the work that I love, but I could also sell it. And then just getting to know just wonderful people, other talented artists too. It just got better from there. I had no idea I could be an artist.
They set up a couple mock interviews. They helped me with my resume, all the little stuff that employers will look at.
I wanted to start going to treatment because since I was off the streets, I wanted to learn how to live with myself again. I don't think anybody was never worried about my safety before, until then, and I knew that the program really cared.
I came to school every day and I got as much knowledge as I can and as fast as I can, and I got into the field. So I'm really proud of myself, and I thank my teachers and Avivo for giving me the opportunity to even be in this position.
I find that within the past few years, there's been an incredible balance that I've really needed in my life. Spending time with friends and then being here, connecting with other artists. It's just a lot of good going on in my life right now.
My name is Linda, and I came to Avivo, which was RRC, back in 2014. When I first arrived at Avivo, I was looking at a lot of prison time. I was addicted to meth, and I did treatment a few times. And this time when I came to Avivo, it was different because I had more support here to where I could see a future. Avivo changed my life pretty much. Sorry, I'm a little nervous. Good evening, my name is Linda, and I came to Avivo back in 2014. Today I'm an intake coordinator for a treatment center. I have a son who's 28, a daughter who's 21, and a granddaughter who is 11. She was actually born while I was at Avivo. They're here with us tonight. When I first arrived, I was looking at a lot of prison time. I was addicted to meth. I got arrested in November of 2013 for a second-degree possession and went to jail. I came to Avivo in May of 2014, and I had been sober from November to May 13th, my birthday, and then I got high the day before I came to Avivo. I was totally high when I walked in the doors, but Avivo changed my life. I first learned about Avivo from an acquaintance who was there. It sounded perfect because you could still move around, go to groups, and it wasn't like a locked facility. When I got in, everything changed. When I first entered treatment at Avivo, I stayed in their single housing, and my daughter came to visit on the weekends. We did family activities and classes together. My mom also participated, and my son would have too, but I still had a lot of work to do with that relationship. Sorry. I still had a lot of work to do with that relationship and earn his trust. The family programming really helped rebuild my relationship with my family. I truly believe Avivo's programming was a stepping stone to a better life and to repair my relationships with my kids. Now I have a wonderful relationship with them. They trust me and they know they can rely on me. It took a long time to build that, but Avivo helped. My granddaughter doesn't know the old me, but she knows that I made them bad choices, and she doesn't know the details. I did a lot of damage to my kids. I wasn't there. I'd sober up for a week or two at my mom's and then disappear for months. I've been to treatment a few times, but this time it was different because I had more support at Avivo. They don't just throw you to the wolves after 30 days. They helped you build your life back up. If it wasn't for this program and what they've done for me, I wouldn't be where I am today. Different departments helped me in different ways. After treatment, they helped me get an apartment. Without that, I don't know where I'd be. I think about how far I've come, and it makes me so happy, and I remember the first day walking in the back doors, and now my kids call me for advice. They know I'll be there before I wasn't. The housing Avivo provides while you are in treatment is so important. I believe a lot of people stay sick because they're unhoused. Being there, I was there for 9.5 months. Having stability, being able to bring my daughter on the weekends, that mattered. Avivo is unique. There's housing, the family program, the career development. I even got my soldering technician license while I was there. I didn't end up going that route, but the opportunities were there. Life still has its challenges, but I deal with them different now. When I first came here, my life was a complete mess. I didn't see a future. Now I have one, I've built one, and I've become a better person. I've achieved a lot of goals. I started out as a tech, became a lead tech, then a unit coordinator, and now I've been an intake coordinator for 5 years in a chemical dependency and mental health field. The biggest goals were finding myself and rebuilding my family relationships, and I've done that. Eventually, I'd like to work for a nonprofit and be more hands-on with people. I know I'll get there. For now, I'm saving lives on the phone. I can hear in people's voices when they needed help. I can relate to them, and I think that's why I bring a lot of people in. My hope and dream is for my kids to never become who I was. I don't think they will. They went through hell with me, and I feel like I'm kind of a living dream now. Life is hard, even sober, but I'm happy. I'm happy with my kids and my family. Thank you for supporting Avivo tonight. You're not just funding programs, you're helping people like me build a future they never thought they'd have.